moonshine. It was like you didn't realize you was drinking moonshine, but you was, and you felt it.
Yeah, that's
it had some stuff called apple flavors, and
I got an apple flavored moonshine. I stopped and got
$25 like $25 a mason jar or something. Guys are selling it.
That's cheap. That's cheap. A large mason jar full of the shit is usually about $40.
Yeah, maybe they just gave me a deal or something. It was someone I knew, but yeah. That's,
and look, if you have the right apparatus to make your moonshine, you probably have the right apparatus to do canning too. Canning is a good way.
Yeah, we have that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and knife sharpening, gun maintenance, emergency medicine, food preparation. I mean, for me, as the show host, I'm already repeating myself. I've come to realize I got to be more easy on myself because I feel like I'm saying the same shit over and over and over again. And I don't want to be boring, but then I also realize I got new people that don't know. And
yeah, and a lot of people are not going to go back and listen to archives. They're probably, just they might be listening while they're laying carpet, or doing whatever at work.
Right.
And then once they catch you on that day, then they'll be like, oh, let me check out his archives. That's a good show. That's kind of how they do it.
Yeah, okay, well, then you've given me inspiration. I'm going to do my best as this show begins. I'll start from scratch, laying the foundation of the stuff that people need to know, and I'll try to provide you guys my 5-year survival experience. I mean, my pile of stuff is pretty big, and I've done a lot of different stuff in anticipation of trying to get by on my own after we go off the grid. I have horses and a farm and chickens and eggs, stored food, tactical plans. I mean, I don't know. I'm not crazy, but I'm trying to, provide contingency ideas so that the landing will be softer for my family,
Yeah, I can't remember the guy who was on that show with that Cody Lundeen, the guy who was totally barefooted. The military guy. I don't know if you ever watched that. It's been some time back. But they're making, he's over there in Ohio. They're teaching people, basic 22-hour skills, how to, survive for 72 and then more advanced. $300 a week, man. Could you imagine?
Hang on a second.
Wow. Probably invaluable.
Oh, yeah, but, that'd be a fun job. To go out and teach people how to survive.
They can't hear us right now.
Okay.
Well, once again, I'm afraid that's too focused for me. I'm going to have more of a variety show, or I'll get depressed.
I
go to the house if you go over there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how I get. I get depressed and just.
Be careful when you go in that way.
Too much down. I
guess.
guess.
Okay.
All
right.
And then the keys in there too.
Okay, right on. All right, right on.
So that world depression will, take a hold.
Okay, right on. I know they'll let me go to go get Corbin. I'm sure. I'm not even sure if I work tomorrow.
It's horrible when you were saying that.
He ain't called me yet.
Oh yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I know this results name is
like this is
super
the first
depressed
one we've
about
done,
what's
like
going on.
I got off
like
Spreaker.
he's still calling.
I left Spreaker.
I ain't had to say nothing in about an hour.
And just got burnt out.
Yeah, they're going down. See?
Actually, didn't watch regular TV. Just started watching movies on my computer just to kind of reprogram myself a little bit. I guess you could say that, because I was so awake.
This rock.
My senses is, what I mean?
Well, I remember in the mid '90s, I lived in the Bay Area, and I was listening to Michael Savage every day. And man, he had me so jittery that the Muslims were going to blow us up any second. I mean, I got one day just said, that's enough, and I turned him off. I just couldn't listen to him anymore. He was getting me paranoid, man.
And this is a test show.
Yeah, I think you guys, you got some good guys there, and between everybody. And
Okay, yeah, I'll put some gas in. I meant to do that the other day because it was a full tank when you dropped it
give you
off.
some ideas and
But yeah, I'll get some. I'll get some gas
I
in.
think that's that's what everybody's doing.
Well, no, I ran gas out of it.
I mean, there's a lot of shit shows on Spreaker. I mean, I go through them all the time just to try to find something
Okay, right
that I like, but there's a lot of shit shows on there that
Okay, right on. Oh crap!
it's not any education whatsoever
Really?
for anybody.
Dang.
You ever see my text?
Right.
I've got them blocked.
But yeah, I always liked your show.
Oh yeah, saying that I.
Cool. I'm glad you're back, though, bro. I'm glad you're back.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I said I'm glad you're back, though.
And that baby and all that, and I'm sitting there thinking, I called Jay and I was
I didn't have 10-9 your last.
No, I said I'm glad you're back on the show, though.
Right.
Buddy.
Right. I'll call you a little bit.
I had a lot of people when I first left GM say, glad you got rid of that dude.
There's only 19 minutes left on the stream.
God. I took a lot of heat for siding for him. I took a lot of heat for sticking up for him, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got great guests. He's got he's got that radio voice, and he's got he could do a lot, I think, but it seems like you said, people getting run off. I don't know. I guess I heard. I'm not trying to start drama, but what was the guy, the General Lee? I think he left too. So, for some reason,
they were bagging on him, saying that Pete had stole $500,000 from the Constitution, right, and blah blah blah. I don't know, but you know what? I don't think so. I don't believe that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. And then, what's going on with Bruce Montalvo, the Razor Montalvo, and the Bazaar? Bruce Montalvo, brother. Look, I'm not bagging on you. I swear I'm not. But, brother, you're a journalist. Put some content in there, bro. Come on, man. Although, I did tell Miss Reed, I thought you did a pretty damn good Scarface. Miss Reed didn't think that.
Is he,
it's not too bad, but
it's also been show
Substance, Bruce.
I'll tell you who I can't stand to listen to, and is that Zsa, man. That ghetto shit, man. It's okay to, but just nonstop, F this, F that, every other word, man. People don't want to hear that.
dude, I think there's a market for different things. Like her audience might be a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different strokes.
I think she's very intelligent. Too intelligent to be talking like that. Yeah.
I like in a song though where she goes, come to my room, I got the tools for torture. She has some pretty good lyrics. I like some of the stuff she sings about. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, now her music, like her, her songs, I've listened to some of them. She's very intelligent and whatnot, but it just, freedom of speech is very important, but, you don't have to, try to sound like you're black and act black, be yourself. If that's how she...
Hey, wait a minute. Mr. E acts black. What are you talking about?
I don't act black,
Rocket. Mr. E, though, he plays metal, too. He does, he mixes things up, but you know what I mean, not trying to put her down, but like I said, I just think she...
bro.
I know, I love you guys.
I've been talking with Mr. E on the phone for like 2 years. Now what you hear is what you get.
He's not afraid to say it. That's cool. I mean, that's what it's about. But, keeping it real but you want to kind of broaden your audience a little bit. I guess, like, they got quite a few shows on there. I don't know how many they got now, but I don't know.
A lot less.
You should listen. What's that?
A lot less.
What was that one guy's name? It's investigative detective, and him and his son had a show.
Hagman?
He's still on there? What was that?
Hagman and Hagman, I believe.
Yeah, I used to like listening to them.
I liked listening to them, but, pardon for the cough, but it got a little religious for me. Not that I'm not bagging on them. By the way, I'm doing my job, a lot of work defending Christians these days. Jeez. But it would get a little pseudo-religious for me. It'd get a little preachy, and it would turn into a news church show.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with, you can't force Christianity or religion on people. You got to, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, but I don't force anything on anybody. That's my own. I don't have to force anything on anybody. I believe there's a God. That's my belief. But do I believe everything the Bible, says and how people interpret it? No. I don't know. God could be an alien. Who knows?
Well,
I know Jesus isn't white.
No, exactly. Well, and one thing about the Bible being word for word accurate, completely accurate, and blah, 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 blah. And that kind of started in the 15th, 16th century when science began to really take off. And as they argued back and forth, the Bible began to be held up more and more like a science book equivalent. Before it was just a lot of metaphors. It doesn't mean it's garbage, and it doesn't mean it won't help you, and it doesn't mean it's not necessarily telling you what happened back then. But the word for word stuff.
I have. The metaphors, when I have a problem.
Well, but the bottom line was, it's like the guy teaching Grasshopper on Kung Fu. He would tell him stories, and he would draw his own conclusions so he could learn. But somewhere around the 15th, 16th century or something like that, when Darwinism and that the Bible suddenly became on trial all the time, and so a lot of religious people made the mistake of trying to use it as a fact book instead of what it really is, and that's a faith book. It says in there you're supposed to stone your children and a bunch of other things.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have a problem with that.
But the better thing in life to do, and that's the way everything is you eat up the worms and spit out the germs. There's plenty of good in there, too. And if I have to...
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and if I have to have a choice, I'm not prejudiced, but if I have to have Satan worshipers that live on one side of me or Christians on the right, I'll go with Christians.
Right. Yeah.
I think there are a lot of asshole Christians, but for the most part, that's overplayed.
Yeah, it's like anything else. It's like the asshole Muslims, it's they're there, but there's a lot more nicer ones than there are assholes, Yeah,
that thinks those dudes are crazy.
And of course, they could let it stay on YouTube just to freak us out. Marrying, what Sharia law says they can marry, what is it? They marry like 5 and 6 year olds and shit. Did you hear me?
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say, I know that everybody affects everyone else around them, but I suspect that men that are marrying 5-year-olds live in enough isolation and backwater shitholes that the rest of the more normal people that have children that would never do something like that, they're the majority. I think it's not states and policemen and armies that make like a city park safe to walk around in. I think it's just people. I think people get along naturally. I think it's the sociopaths and the sick motherfuckers that cause all the problems.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was no Federal Reserve, if there was no CIA, just those two things right there, what would the world be like? It would be a lot sunnier and nicer. It's meddling. A lot of the